Before we started, you were bumping this guy, Ski Mask the Slump God.
Haha.
So tell me about your guy here.
Yeah, Ski Mask Slump God, Beware the Book of Eli. Like uh, T Grizzly, I expect him to be a freshman this year. He was kind of in the mix last year, but was probably rightfully passed over to for more seasoning. And he came up with Exercise Tentacion as friends. They're from the same part of South Florida, and they started getting big together. And I think Ski Mask opened up for one of X's first tours, but Ski Mask, I think, is another guy that I expect to stick around a long time because he raps in a very unique way. Like Grizzly, he's also a competent rapper, but I think he's got a very unique sound because he has a lot of flows in him. And this is a short, like 20 plus minute tape, a lot of short tracks, like we mentioned when the Valet project dropped. Nothing really approaching 3 minutes on this, but on all these songs, he can drop all these different flows, and he can have some songs that are just very like bits of like dark humor and just like it's not something you can find anywhere. He's not like your average trap rapper where you know exactly what you're going to get as soon as you start listening. I think he definitely has his lone little lane despite blowing up in that SoundCloud space. And I mean, you were telling me that you thought it reminded you of Flatbush Zombies. What'd you how'd you get there?
Well, I mean, just like the elements of psychedelia in the sound, but just like the darkness of the music, and it actually kind of reminded me of like Flatbush mixed with like Odd Future at times. I think also his voice kind of fits like that Odd Future vibe a lot. It's funny because you told me to listen to his hit single "Catch Me Outside" before listening to this, and that track would not have fit on this album at all, I don't think.
No.
But the way that he kind of transitioned, which he was fire on that "Catch Me Outside" song, to the songs on this, I thought was pretty impressive. To your point about him having these different types of flows within him, yeah. But so you think he has this ability to kind of stick around? This is in similar to like Valet. It's a very short album, 21 minutes, only 10 songs. Do you think that because he is so dark, he like almost needs to keep these songs short because like this isn't something I would want to listen to for like 40 minutes. I'd feel way too like sitting in the muck in a way almost.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting point. I didn't think of it that way, but maybe so. This is his, I think, fourth tape. One of the shorter ones, though. There was actually a longer version of the tape that leaked out. He had some management issues with this, so he like fired his management and waited a week and put out this. But he lost some features on this tape. He's supposed to have an offset feature that's gone. So I think depending on where you're listening to it, you might be listening to a slightly different project. But yeah, I'd love to ask him.
Yeah.
Is your music short because you only can write so many Hades-esque bars?
Right. Yeah. I also, just kind of thinking, Tentacion and then Ski Mask came up together. Who do you think is more successful in 3 years?
I mean, I feel like you have to go with X just because he is so much more famous,
right,
and so much more popular. I don't think Ski Mask will ever get that mainstream. He doesn't make that kind of music. But then again, X doesn't really make mainstream music either. And Sad got to like 5 on the chart this year, partially due to Spotify's help. But times have changed. But I think Ski Mask might have the longer tail, but he'll never approach X's peak in terms of sheer scope.
Kind of crazy because he does seem like just a better technical rapper.
For sure.
More skillful.
I mean, X doesn't rap technically as much as Ski Mask does anyway. So yeah, definitely.